Welcome to Ljubljana, Slovenia's charming little capital. We've only got 24 hours here, so today we're going to be showing you the best things to do, see and eat while you're here with kids. From famous bridges and colourful churches to the castle up on the hill. And of course we'll be trying some of Slovenia's best food along the way. So it is just the girls and I today because Tom is doing a bit of a work session. So I'll be able to show you what it's like solo parenting here in Ljubljana with two little kitties. Mila, do you want to go find a dragon bridge?
What?
A dragon bridge. Do you think the dragons will be real or statues?
I think statues. Because I think they live back in the day.
Oh, I hope so. Is the statue all real?
Yeah.
Phew. There it is. Dragon Bridge. Ljubljana is often called the City of Dragons, and this bridge here is why. The Dragon Bridge was built in 1901 and was one of the first reinforced concrete bridges of its kind in the world. The dragons here are the city's mascots, inspired by the legend of Jason and the Argonauts, who supposedly fought a dragon in these very marshes. Yeah. He's cool, isn't he? I love how they made the whole body for him, not just his big head. So we actually didn't leave the house until about 10 a.m. because this dense fog was over the whole city and it just made me kind of want to be cozy at home. So we're a little bit late to get out this morning, but I don't think it'll matter.
I think Daddy will love that place.
You do?
Coffee.
Daddy likes coffee, doesn't he?
And croissants.
Who else likes croissants?
Dad.
Yeah. This little street that we're walking down now is so bustling in the afternoons and it's a really cool atmosphere, so I would recommend coming around this area in the afternoon. Honestly, just anywhere in the afternoon in Ljubljana is just really lively and active, and everyone's out enjoying a drink and having a restaurant meal. And it's just really cool to see. It honestly makes me feel so much more like I'm home, whereas the last month in Croatia has felt very different from home, which both ways are good. And it's good to have a mix of contrast, but it's nice to feel a little bit more cozy and homey. And if you continue along this street for a little while, you'll come across the beautiful pink church. This is the Franciscan Church of the Annunciation, and it's one of Ljubljana's most photographed spots. It was originally painted red, a symbol of the Franciscan order. Over time, the colour faded, leaving us with this unique rosy shade that really pops in the city centre. Aww.
What a big church.
And if you do want to pay to go inside, it is apparently beautiful. We won't be doing that right now because the girls are a little bit hungry and we are ready for some morning tea. Whoa, poor pigeons. Forever being chased by children. So this has to be one of Ljubljana's most popular landmarks, and it's called the Triple Bridge. You get to pick the way we go.
Okay.
No, you got to pick one way to cross the bridge. What way? She's picked it. We're going this way. So back when this bridge was being built, the architect decided to build 3 walkways so that the main middle one wouldn't be overcrowded with tourists. And I think it's a good idea. Not only does it look cool and it makes a unique touch, but it is also very practical because there's plenty of space to cross the water here. And a helpful tip to know while you're here visiting is that there's actually public bathrooms underneath one of these bridges. And it is free, you don't have to pay, which is a rare occurrence in Europe, what we have found. But that might be a useful thing for you if you are visiting with kids. Alright, are you guys hungry?
Yeah, I'm really hungry.
Alright, let's go find some morning tea. Ljubljana seems really walkable. Not only is everything so compact and close together, but a lot of the streets are pedestrian-only streets, which I just love when it comes to walking around with the kids. It makes me feel much safer knowing that there's no cars or scooters zipping around fast, and it definitely makes it easier for me when I'm alone.
What cafe you picked for me?
We're about to find out, because we're here.
We're here?
Yep. I can smell it already. Oh my gosh. Wow. Look at these incredible cakes. We have found a very nice French patisserie.
They look so yummy, I can't pick.
Well, let's go inside and see if there's more. I think the girls like it here. This is called a dragon roll. And ours is raspberry. It's about as big as your head, Mia.
Almost. Okay.
And I think inside this dragon roll is maybe a little surprise. Whoa.
That's right, boy.
That looks so good. Here you go.
Slippery, but really good.
Slippery. There was no decaf, but we've gone with a really yummy apple juice. The girls approve.
What?
That apple juice is amazing. So did I pick a good place?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yes.
That was the sweetest little patisserie. The dragon roll we had was basically like a rolled up croissant, and it had mascarpone and raspberry jam or sauce inside, and it was so delicious. It's not often I get to have a sweet treat without Tom helping me to eat it, so I took advantage of that. But the cakes in there are made so lovely. All the different flavours are made to be looking like the things that they are. So there was a vanilla bean, and there was even a little cheesecake that had the shape of cheese, and it was just a beautiful little shop in there, and the seating is beautiful too, so I would recommend going there if you're here and you want a sweet little treat for morning tea. And of course today our job is to find a new magnet because we are in a new country. And fun fact, this is actually mine and Tom's 50th country that we've travelled to, which is a pretty big deal. So we've got to get a pretty special magnet.
I think I want the rainbow dragon.
I bet you do. It's a cute shield and sword. You like that one?
Yeah, I really love little cutie bag.
So apart from magnets, I haven't bought a single souvenir on this trip for myself, and I'm getting very tempted by all the beautiful things in this shop. The main reason for not getting something for myself is because we've been travelling so long and you can't really buy souvenirs as you go because you run out of luggage space. We arrived here with absolutely full suitcases, so we can't really fit much in. And we found the dragons.
I kissed both.
Alright, I was a typical parent and I only came away with things for the girls. Actually, in this case, it was just for Kylie. They both got some birthday money from their Gigi. Kylie's found a few things now and her money is all used up for sure. And Mila has been very patiently waiting to find something that she just loves. So she's yet to spend her money still. And it's been a whole week of her knowing she's got money to spend and she hasn't, and I'm very impressed. I always love visiting new places when you're not really sure what to expect. Obviously Slovenia is a very tiny country in Europe and we've kind of just skipped past it over the last several years of travelling, but it's really nice to finally be able to come here, see the capital city, and of course next week we are also visiting Lake Bled. So we'll be able to see a fair bit of the country, which is going to be so nice, but it is so far so lovely. There's lots of boutique shops, there's also like little handmade shops all through the streets, and there's plenty of nice restaurants and cafes that you can go to, and it seems to be a big thing to have lots of sweet food here. There's lots of like chocolate shops, cake shops, patisseries, and lots of ice cream. But we're heading to the cathedral next, and it's pretty easy to find because you can spot it from a little while away down the main street. So the cathedral is another one that we're probably going to skip through without visiting inside, and that's because we've got a date with the castle. But I did think it was worth mentioning because I've seen photos of the inside of this cathedral, and if you like visiting churches and cathedrals and museums, etc., then I think you would really love this one because inside it is absolutely stunning. But honestly, even just looking on the outside, it's also very beautiful. And it's also worth checking out the bronze doors as well, which were made for the Pope back when he visited the city. But it is just a nice thing to stop and see, whether it's quickly or slowly on your way towards the castle. So when you're walking around, you'll very likely come across this huge central market, and it's an indoor-outdoor style market with amazing fresh produce, handmade items, and even clothing. And depending on what day you come, it will vary in busyness. So today is Monday and it's not as busy as what I saw yesterday when we arrived, but it's still really cool to come here and just see how the locals would buy their ingredients, and it's definitely a good place to shop for some fruit and veg. And it's the first place I've seen strawberries for a really long time, so that got me pretty excited. Our next goal is to get up to the castle, but the girls and I are feeling a little bit hungry and that sweet treat hasn't quite filled the stomach, so we're going to stop here for a quick little lunch before we go up. We just found the closest food that we thought Callie could eat, and that is grilled chicken and chips. And I feel like we're back in Croatia now because this is what we ate a lot because it's a safe food for Callie. But it's always such a big portion, it was only €8 and we get all of this, and it's definitely going to fill all three of us up.
That isn't so big.
That isn't so big. She thinks it's not so big, but like, look how big it is. Plenty of food here for us three. And the fact that it was €8 for this much food is such a good feeling. Because in Croatia this would have been at least €14 and a much smaller portion. And now we're ready to take on the castle. There it is, Funicular. It's funny because you'd think we'd need to recharge our bellies for the actual walk up the hill to the castle, but there is actually this really handy funicular that takes you all the way to the top, so there's no walking required.
I will slip myself out there.
I think it's safe.
How steep it looks.
It is pretty steep, honestly.
Really steep, and I want to freeze because I know this castle, but that's a really hexy way.
Sketchy?
My belly is tickling.
Wow. It's like it's floating. You feeling excited or nervous?
I'm really nervous.
Why? You always do stuff like this.
I'm scared of going up and down. Going down. I'm gonna fly on your side.
Oh, that's nice. Here we go, Mila. It's fun, eh? No. Comes a long way up, eh?
I feel like I'm going to look down there.
I bet if you lean on that glass, you might.
I'm like terrified when I'm going down there. If I was looking at that top, then I would just roll it.
Goodbye.
But I made it roll.
They won't roll it. Are you excited to get back down later?
No. Terrified.
There they go, back down to Central Market. We're at the castle. It's pretty cool, isn't it? So we've taken the funicular up to the castle, and with the funicular return ride plus castle entry for me and the girls, it was €19, and that is really just for me because the girls are actually free. But I wanted to do the castle because it just looks really big and epic, and I'm excited to see what it's all about, and hopefully I get to do some learning while I'm here, but we'll see what the kids let me do. So far they're more interested in playing on these rocks. We walked straight to the outside of the castle to get a view of what it actually looks like from outside, which I suppose is the angle you'd see as you walk up if you choose to walk up here instead of the funicular. And it is just so beautiful. It's this massive castle overlooking Ljubljana, and the views from up here are incredible. The castle has been watching over Ljubljana for more than 900 years, from a medieval fortress to a prison, and now it's a family-friendly spot with exhibitions and towers to climb. This castle is absolutely stunning. Not only is it beautiful because of the old architecture, but they've made it so modern with so many glass panels and windows, and it's just a really gorgeous way to show off their beautiful old castle. They've even got people walking around dressed up and doing different acts and stuff, which I think is really interesting for the kids. And there's a few different beautiful restaurants here as well. So if you want to do some fine dining while you're here, then at the top of the castle is the place to do it. Oh, you're almost a dragon. Your hand's a dragon. See it? Dragon Mila, Dragon Callie, baby dragon, ready? Baby dragon. You like that one?
I've not been waiting for this. This is so much fun.
Well, we're all finished at the castle. It was super cool. And what I didn't realise is at the end I saw the map just as we were about to get in the funicular. And we actually missed the dragon's den, which I'm very curious to know what that would have been like because I think it would have been pretty cool. The girls have been loving all the dragon stories and everything while we've been here. But we've got one last little stop for the afternoon and one last food to try before we go home for some quiet time before we come out again later. Which one should we pick?
I don't know.
Is there any you would recommend? All right, we'll get one walnut, please. Thank you very much. So we found a very traditional Slovenian snack, and it can be either sweet or savoury, but it's this beautiful little cake called Potica or Potica. Honestly, I'm probably getting that very wrong, but I've gone with the walnut flavour. The lady at the shop there recommended it as one of the most traditional ones, and I do believe it's going to be very nice because I can smell it, and I could smell it as soon as I walked in the shop, and it just smelled amazing. And it is so cute. You can get them really big as well, but I like the cute ones. They seem easier to eat, I suppose, as a solo person, but let's give it a try. That's a really nice flavour. It's more like a very dense bread than a cake. Like I'm not getting much cake texture, but I am getting amazing bread texture, but it is sweet with the walnuts, and it is such a good flavour. Thumbs up or down? I'm actually slightly relieved that it's not a super sweet cake because I don't think my stomach would really appreciate that right now. But this is a really nice little treat to have right now. I might even save it for a cup of tea later. I think I love this city.
Wow.
It's so nice. Callie, careful, darling. Don't go fully through it. You'll fall through.
I think it's going to crash into you guys.
Say hi. It's now late in the afternoon and we have headed out for a bit of a walk around Ljubljana. Tom's finished his work now, so he's enjoying some time out in the sunshine, and it is an absolutely stunning afternoon. I've definitely fallen in love with this city. It's such a unique feeling of being here, and everyone's out enjoying their afternoons with different restaurants and bars. We started off at the Dragon Bridge and we headed over to a bar where we had a drink, and then we came across a man that was selling a children's book, so we bought one of those because he actually made the record of hitchhiking through over 40 countries calories in 20 days back in 2019. And we just thought that was super impressive, so we thought we had to support him. And now we're heading to a Slovenian restaurant, and I'm really excited to try some more local dishes because the food here has been so good. So let's head to the restaurant. So we found the restaurant. How do you reckon you say that? Moji, Štruklji, Slovenije. You have a go at pronouncing that, because I just have no idea. But I have heard good things about this place, and it looks really good, and they specialize in their little dumpling kind of roll things, which are the Štruklji. Honestly, I'm gonna just destroy these pronunciations, so I'm sorry about that. Oh, it looks so good. All of these look so good.
What's wrong?
I can't eat any food.
Yeah, traditional dumplings. They don't look like any dumpling I've seen before. Very different to a classic Asian dumpling. They've got sweet and savoury ones, but we found that they do a set, and I think we're gonna go for that one. Oh, yummy. So we decided on the set, which was €27, and you get 2 huge sausages with mustard and cheese. This sausage looks so yummy. It smells like cabana. Is cabana? Oh, is that not cheese? It did say it usually comes with horseradish. I probably should have warned you. You also get the big bowl of soup or stew, and we chose the ricette, which just looks really yummy. And then we've also got the buckwheat spoon, it was called on the menu. I mean, I'm not sure if that's accurately translated, but it's like this crumbly buckwheat. I don't know. We're yet to find out because we have not tried it, but it's like a little crumbly, I don't even know how to explain that. It's like bean texture almost. Inside of beans. I'm gonna try the ricette. That's really nice. I think mixing these together is probably the right choice.
Do you mix them?
I think so.
That's why it's called spoon.
Buckwheat spoon. Makes sense now. Super like beanie texture though. And someone that doesn't love beans, it's an interesting fight with my palate. But the taste is good, honestly. I did read about the buckwheat dish that we're eating. It was apparently what the farmers would eat in the morning before they go for a big day working on the farm. So we've got a bit of work to do soon, babe, after all this filling food. It's good though. I like it. If you do know how we're supposed to eat this, let us know in the comments, because that'd be really handy to know whether we're doing it correct or just absolutely butchering this.
Certainly butchering
I'm
this.
just mostly mixing everything into one. Dumplings, we get a dumpling part of the set, and then we also chose another one just to try a couple different flavours, and they look good. This one's the raspberry white chocolate, and I'm gonna have to have a try. That is incredible. You've got to try that, holy moly. Isn't that amazing? That is so good. It's like the best mixture of cake and
How am I going to go back to
pastry.
my beans now?
That is amazing. All I want to eat now is these dumplings. Can't stop. And then we got the meat one, and it looks good too. Just don't look at this side because it's already been half eaten. Thanks to Tom and Mila, they got into it straight away.
It's so good.
Is it so good? That is good. That meat one's really nice. Maybe I'll add it to all my beans.
It's not often you eat like a super unique food. Like these dumplings are so random. Like I've never had, like this is the pork one. It's just thin pastry.
Such
wrapped
thin
up,
pastry.
Like that big circle.
So yum.
The flavors are really unique. It's really cool.
And they're just all calling out to me now that I want to try every single one, because I think they would all be so yummy, because the 2 that we picked are really good. Finishing off with some more of the sweet one. I think we picked the right flavour. That raspberry with the white chocolate, so good. But yeah, you can see all the different layers. It's so hard to see, honestly, because it kind of all mushes into one. I really want to know what they put in these. I'm going to dream of this dumpling.
That's a delicious dinner.
What was your favourite bit?
The cake.
It was only €32 for all of that food, and we're all leaving very full and very happy. And that is such a good deal compared to what we're used to. After being in Croatia for a month and eating out there on all the islands and stuff we visited, everything was so expensive, and we just spent a lot of money every time we wanted to dine out. But that does mark the end of this video. I hope you got some good ideas of what to do while you're here in Ljubljana, and just had a good time watching us enjoy this beautiful city. If you want to see what we get up to next week in Lake Bled area, make sure you hit that subscribe button, and you'll see us again then. Thanks so much for watching.